Listen here, fuckers. The views and opinions expressed on this podcast should not be taken seriously. All jokes and banter are not meant to be taken up the ass. And no, you may not speak to my manager, so get back to not doing your homework or not doing your job and enjoy the Rolling Thick podcast.
Are you ready?
Totally
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Hey, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to the Rolling Thick podcast. I'm your host. My name is Seti.
Oh, and I'm Bunz.
I'm Mikey.
We have a very special guest here today. We have Mikey with us. She's a really good friend of us.
Hi.
Ours. When we used to stream, because we don't stream no more because life doesn't like us. How you been, Mikey?
I like you guys. Been great.
Dude, how did you stream?
I think since the last time. Forever?
Every time I check in, you're like 7 hours in, and I'm like, oh man, I better say hi when she stops, and you don't.
So look, I have slowed down. I have, but on the weekends usually, like I try now to push it. And it's hard even then. But it's just because like this is what I like to do like all the time. You know, my house is usually pretty tidy. Like my kids or my oldest helps like the most. So there's not like a lot to do, right?
Oh, that must be great.
So it's just easy. Like it's so just super easy to always be on and playing and stuff. And I guess that's why and how I do it, really.
Well, we envy you.
We do.
As soon as I sit down on my desk, my kids are like, "What are you doing, Dad? Daddy, look, Daddy, this." I'm like,
yeah.
See,
No, my little one comes in sometimes.
I don't even get down to my desk. I'm just like, nah, the bed looks comfy. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Okay. Here's the thing for me. I don't like to sleep because I'm afraid I'm always gonna miss something. So when I wake up, I'm like, okay, what'd I miss? What'd I miss? Always.
But think about all the dreams you're missing out on.
I don't have a lot of dreams. I actually have more nightmares than dreams. So I'm like,
I remember when I was younger. When I was younger and I would take a nap, I would wake up and the house would be fucking empty. And I would just be like, where the fuck is everyone at? And they're like, oh, we went to the buffet. Nobody woke me up.
Oh no!
Like nobody woke me up. You were sleeping. And yeah, that's why I need waking up.
That's crazy.
And would never fail. When I would I would take a nap, hour, 2 hours. I'd wake up.
They would wait for you to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, Teddy's sleeping. Quick, everybody leave.
You fell asleep. Let's go through core memories, you fuckers.
Quick, we could go have fun.
No, but I was just telling stream like the last time I was with you guys, was it last Halloween?
It was the Halloween before. We didn't do any.
Not last year,
streams
the year
last
before.
Halloween, year before.
So no way, 2 Halloweens ago.
Halloween 2022.
No
It's been 2 years,
way.
Yeah,
What the hell?
It's been a
oh
bit.
my god.
Well, we've
Okay,
been busy, so we haven't done our podcast very consistently for some
We-
time.
honestly, we were so excited for Halloween, both of us. And
We were, and then life just completely wrecked us both.
Oh.
We were like,
yeah,
we're
I
gonna
was talking
start.
about it.
We're gonna start in September, and woo, and no, just wasn't allowing it.
Man.
It's alright.
We tried, but the universe said, "Not today, guys. Not today. Try again next time."
I'm excited for the next one though, because that was so much fun.
Oh, I am too. I was just thinking about that today too. Honestly, I was like, oh, Halloween. Like I know we're like barely like started. It's barely February, but
No, you're gonna jinx it.
Oh,
You're gonna
don't do that.
But yeah, but we've been consistent. It's the 5th episode. It's a bonus episode. We got our guest here.
This is a bonus
Mikey.
episode, so it'll be fun. Yes.
We're doing another one tomorrow. That one's gonna go up on Sunday, and I think we're on track. We're doing good. Good.
We're so far so good.
Yeah.
We could have one of those little plaques that says we've been consistent this many weeks.
Have a little tally board.
Yes, exactly.
But it's almost Valentine's where you're at, huh? Do they celebrate that over there?
Yeah, they do.
It's like a real
So for me, it's
commercialized thing.
tomorrow.
Oh my goodness! I just realized I haven't done my kids's. Like for
That's
school.
happened to me before.
Like I bought them all for them to pass out because just my youngest, my oldest in middle school, they don't do anything. But my youngest, I have like her box.
Middle school's so weird.
Her box of things to send and address to people, and I haven't done any of that. I better do that.
So
my oldest hasn't been in middle school in a while, so I don't even remember. I don't think he gave out cards. I don't think so.
Yeah. My oldest, she wants to give a Valentine's to a friend. So she's like, can we go to the store tomorrow and get stuff so I can give her like a little special Valentine's gift? It's her little friend that spends the night and stuff. It's not a boyfriend.
Yeah, I see girls doing that. Not really boys.
It's like a Galentine's, I guess.
A Galentine's?
Yeah. That's what they call it, a Galentine's. That's where you give Valentine's to your girlfriends.
Yeah.
Your platonic
my youngest,
girlfriends.
my youngest just ordered some like Valentine's grams. And that's it. Like he didn't even ask like, oh, can we go get cards or anything like that. So he just bought a few to give out here, like in the neighborhood, not even at school.
No, that works. That works.
So,
I gotta like
trick or treating.
I got. He's just going around to doors giving Valentine's. That's actually kind of sweet. No, I got Elena like these little erasers, and then they come in little boxes. Like you put the boxes together, and you open it up as like a little animal eraser, and the boxes match the animal. Super sweet. It was only $10 for like 30 Valentines. I'm like, yeah, thank you.
Oh, done. Yeah, that's really good.
And there's no food or nothing, so it's like perfect.
They'll use them too, so that's even better.
I mean, even if they don't, it was.
Did you guys?
It sounds cute.
Did you guys ever give like a special Valentine's to like a crush, like when you guys were in school?
Yes, and he broke my heart. Thank you for bringing it up.
No.
It's like fourth grade. I drew him a picture and everything, and he crumpled it up and shoved it in his desk. And I was just like, I'm never doing that again.
I think you told me about
that. Oh man, I don't think
hurtful.
I did. No, I don't think I did. I was definitely like way too in my head because being chubby and my mom couldn't really like afford the stuff that I kind of wanted.
Yeah.
So I knew like for sure I'm not gonna shoot my shot. There's no way.
I did a couple times, but tengo vergüenza. Like I'm not for like a very young age. Yeah. Like I was like over like being, what do you call it? Like embarrassed. And I remember I remember in the 5th grade, my teacher was like, "Oh, Teddy, who do you have a crush on?" And I was like, "Oh, her over there." And then everyone just got out. Yeah, everything? I mean we're like kind of close to each other, and I said her name. I don't want to say her name on stream, but I was like, "Oh, I have a stream. I have a crush on her." And everybody's like, "Damn, you said it." I was like, "Yeah, I mean, we sit together and we're I don't know." But I remember we would pass out cards, right? Because it was like the school thing to do. And like my crush got like a big one with like a bunch of fucking hearts, and it had her name all like, because I would like draw and I drew her name and everything. And you could tell from a mile away that hers was like specially made for her. And everybody got the one that you made? One. Yeah. Because like everybody got like the generic one, right? Like the 99-cent ones that you buy.
Oh.
And hers was just like huge with her name on it and her heart. You could tell like I put extra effort in. But
that's so cute.
But yeah, I get rejected all the time, so
that's so bad.
You're like, fuck it. Life
it'll hurt for like
anyway.
An hour.
Just
and
do
then
it.
I'm fine.
I still don't have that confidence of like, what's up?
Sup?
No. No.
Oh, but yeah.
No. It broke my heart once and never again.
I remember when that happened, like when she asked me if I had a crush, and I remember all the girls were like, oh, they're all like interested out of nowhere, like, because I guess my like the confidence or whatever, like, oh, he's not scared of anything or and but it was like the 5th grade. Like, what was I gonna do?
Yeah, I know. See, 4th grade, horrible time.
I mean, growing up,
4th grade.
I only had like a great Valentine's memory.
See, I don't either.
I do. I only have one great
Ew.
Valentine's memory, like of my quote like childhood or like adolescent teen years. You know, during Valentine's Day, during
Yeah.
Halloween. See, I'm still thinking about Halloween. But it was my senior year, and I did have a high school sweetheart. Okay, so I knew who the cool kids were. I knew who the most popular girls and the prettiest girls were and all that, you know, like everyone knows who they are. And that senior year in high school, my sweetheart, he gave me like the biggest bear. So and I was like stuck walking around with it all day. All day. Like I felt like I felt like I had like the best gift. That whole day I was literally walking with this huge fucking bear. Like it was the fucking coolest gift. And it felt so good when those bitches were like, "Oh my god, I wish my boyfriend did." I was like, "That's what you get. You're so pretty. Look at you. You can get shit."
Hell yeah.
That's
It was it was one of those moments where it's like
with the underdog.
Just one time in my life. Yeah, exactly. That's what it felt like.
Nothing wrong with that.
I've given away a couple giant teddy bears. What I would do is yeah, like what I did though is I would grab my favorite shirt and I'll put it on the teddy bear and then I'll spray my cologne. And then I would walk into the high school with this big ass fucking teddy bear on my shoulders. Yeah, I did that a couple times.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome though. Gosh.
My mom gave me Valentine's every year.
Aww.
Yeah. That sounds like somebody the homeschool would say.
No, I never had any Valentines in school, like high school and stuff. Nope.
You didn't have a boyfriend during high school?
No, I didn't get a boyfriend until I was like almost 20.
Oh.
Yeah. It was a little late to the dating scene.
The dating scene, yeah. I mean, even like as a young adult, my mom she did give us like some Valentines. She had like a little bag. She'd have a couple things in there, you know, but
no, my mom would always like give us like just the little box of chocolates.
And never get shit, huh?
She would like put them on our pillows and stuff, so we'd wake up and have like our little Valentine's heart.
That's so
I do the same thing for my kids now, so it's all good.
I wish somebody show up with a big ass bear for me.
Yeah.
It's like a women's holiday. Like,
what's your address? I'm sending you one, damn it. I would.
And he's gonna open the door in 2 days. There's gonna be this big ass teddy bear from Mikey.
I mean, they're not big, but we do have some here. It says like they have the little shirt. I love Guam, you know, just something. I don't care. I'll send anyone something from, you know. Yeah. It's like I know someone. I don't talk to them anymore, but one of his like people or mods. She was in his chat, and she was saying like, you know, I don't have time a lot for this and that. Works a lot, you know, and I felt bad. Like not bad, but I just felt like she could use some TLC, you know. So I messaged her. I whispered her like, hey, you know, I'll send you something. She's like, I think she had said something about like she doesn't go out, she doesn't really have friends, you know, because it's just working so much. So I reached out to her and I sent her a care package from here. I sent her some cookies from here. I sent her some knickknacks and all that, and you know, just I try to show her like, you know, there are good people. And I never got anything in return, like not a gift, but just like a message like, hey, I got it, you know, thank you, or nothing at all. So I was just like, okay, you know, I just wanted to do a good deed for someone that really sounded like, you know, you
They needed
you
it.
work a lot. Yeah.
That's cute.
I hope she got it, but I would do that for anyone, really. Anyone. So
Not
one
everybody
day.
can be nice.
Yeah.
Sending
Yeah.
hugs.
One day you'll get a big teddy.
Okay. I'll put
One
that food
day.
right there.
Elise has got one of those big
Mhm.
ones, the giant Costco bears.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's got one of those. We've literally moved with that thing 5 times. Can't even put it in a box. It had to go in the car.
Oh man, how big are they? Because I have seen them, but I never
Well,
got
hers
one.
is, like a twin bed.
Okay,
Yeah, it would lay on a twin bed and
like it fits the whole length.
most of it, yeah.
Most of it, yeah. Dang, that
It's
is
a
that is
pretty
pretty
good
big.
size. It's gotten a little smushed and stretched out over the years.
You
But yeah.
can get them restuffed, no? Oh, but that's a lot of stuff.
I mean, probably, but it's sitting on the top bunk of one of the bunk beds that the girls don't, because they don't sleep on the top bunk. That's for all their stuffies. So
guys wrestle it.
just-
Like if I would have gotten one at that age, I'd just be wrestling it all the time.
I like the ones that people get it, they hollow it out, and then they put themselves in it. And
Oh,
then
I
they,
see
chase
that.
people.
Oh,
That's great.
If she wouldn't get mad at me for doing that, I would totally do that to her on April Fools.
Just lay there inside of the
I would
bed.
hollow that bear out, and I would just lay in it and wait for her to come home from school.
maybe in a couple years when maybe it won't upset her that much.
She will always be upset about it. That kid's still mad about a rock she lost a few years ago.
A rock. His name was
Probably not the
Dustin,
rocks,
okay?
pretty much. She gets upset about a lot of things that she holds near and dear to her heart. I don't fully understand, but I accept her and all her little creative oddities, I guess, is the best way to describe it.
Oh, let me
Imagine a
see.
haunted bear. Haunted teddy bear.
Oh no, haunted bear.
There
we go.
Mikey, do you have a quinceañera doll? Right.
Do I have a what?
A quinceañera doll?
Oh my gosh.
Things are creepy. They're like 3 feet tall. You do? Is it in your house?
Hold on, let me tell you right now. One moment.
Oh, the things give me the creep. It's
Really?
supposed to,
Yeah, I got a story for you.
you know what a quinceañera doll is? Bunz?
Isn't it I think so?
There
Isn't
we
it like
go.
the last toy or something like
Yeah,
that? Or
it's
what?
supposed to be the last doll that you ever get. But it
Yeah.
literally they dress it in the same dress that you wore it in.
That's funny because I think I saw a TikTok and it was one with a bear. And that's the only reason I knew what you were talking about. And I literally saw that today when I was doom scrolling.
That thing is creepy. Those things are creepy.
Oh man, I kind of often tell this story, but which I might have even mentioned it last time, but I do have one, and the story goes, I used to have my own room, and my sister used to sleep in the other room, so we had twin beds, and kind of set up differently. One night. She decided to sleep in my room. I didn't have a second bed for her in my room, so she laid on the floor. My doll was in its bag. It's they're wrapped inside a big clear plastic bag.
Yeah.
And I had her
Easter
in
basket.
yeah. So my closet, it didn't have doors. It was just. I didn't have a curtain over it or nothing, so you can just kind of straight in see inside the closet. And on each side of it, it has a little pocket where you can put stuff there on the side and you won't see it. So I put her there on the floor, and I went to sleep that night, and she as well. She fell asleep on the floor, kind of in front of the closet, lengthwise. And I had a nightmare, and in my nightmare, I I was sleeping. So I was sleeping in real life, sleeping in my nightmare. I woke up and I sat up and I looked over to, I guess, check on her. And I saw that doll with her little doll hand, like kind of brushing my sister's hair.
Oh hell
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Like it was
I just
like
remember waking up. I just remember like waking up. I grabbed that fucking doll and I threw it up in the attic. I've never seen it since. I was like, fuck this.
Crazy.
I am not. Nope.
Just
Never seen a
imagine
doll
what the
since.
doll was thinking. Oh, you pretty doll.
That was horrible.
I was just brushing your hair and you threw me up in the attic.
It was scary.
And it's up there still?
It's at my parents' house, I think.
Oh,
I don't think they ever got rid of it. But I don't even care to check.
She got up and walked away. She moved.
I would have became
That
a
was
pyromaniac and just lit that whole thing on fire.
I don't care. I don't even want to ask my mom if it's still up there. I don't care to know.
Did you guys see the TikTok of this lady like bought a haunted doll and it just smelled putrid, and so she opened it up and she found a vial in there that was like sealed with. I'm pretty sure it was sealed with like black wax, and it had a bunch of teeth and everything in there. Yeah, like that doll definitely had a curse
voodooism,
or
right? Voodoo.
I don't even know if it's something witchy. I know that much.
Oh hell no!
Did she open it?
She didn't. No, you don't ever open
a
sealed black
open
vial.
It.
No.
Some people would be dumb enough to open it.
So yeah, some
no,
people don't know.
It wasn't baby teeth. We don't know if it. You couldn't tell if they were animal teeth or human teeth. They were just teeth, and I was just like, the comments were like telling her how to like cleanse her house, and like bury that thing, and like.
Oh
no!
I was like, I would never.
That's what happens when you buy haunted dolls. Fuck around, find out.
Well, and then you open it up, like, like she should have left that buried and just left the doll.
If you see anything sealed with candle wax, don't fucking open it.
Don't touch it.
Don't open it. Don't touch it.
Well, you would know, right?
If it's like white candle wax or something, I feel like it would probably be safe. But black, like you don't touch anything.
Black, red, white, orange, pink.
Well, no, white's usually associated with positive things.
But
I don't know anything about this stuff. Like I would probably be the one person that's like, huh, what is this? And just open it.
She's like biting it
over there with a knife, be chiseling it.
Just in your mouth, like what is this?
That would be me.
That's funny.
I don't know a lot, but I know a little bit. We don't have to get into why. But just usually the light colors are associated with positives. You know, the pinks, the whites, the purples. Usually are okay. Blacks,
the blood red and the grays.
the blood red.
He's like been fucked with too much to
even red's okay. But like
yeah, I did. Yeah.
Dark color, maybe don't. If there's teeth in it, definitely don't open it.
If you find a box like covered in wax stuff in it, they're called divot boxes. Don't open it. There's a demon or
they're
something
called what?
bad. A divot box?
Huh.
Yeah, it's a divot box. It's like there's a ritual. It's a ritual they do to trap like a bad entity or a demon or something. And you're supposed to. It's supposed to, like, when you cleanse a house and you trap it in there, you're supposed to get rid of the box, bury it, or hide it. But people find it and they open it, and you release whatever.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I thought when you cleanse a house, you just open all the doors and you just go around and cleanse your house.
The Febreze.
Yes, that's it. I'm gonna make sage Febreze. There we go. You don't even need to light it on fire anymore. Just spray this Febreze around, open all your windows. Good. Demons be gone.
Good old trusty Airwick.
Kills 99.99% of all demons and spirits. Hell yeah.
Yes. We'll chase them all away. Oh, I just found a new product to make.
So also Bunz has you have like Valentine stories, like.
Well, there's just some weird. They're not necessarily like scary, so to speak, but they're just some really twisted, messed up love stories.
Well, do you know where Valentine's originated?
Yes. Do you want to talk about it?
So, do you have that? Oh, I want to hear this.
Well, I can Google it and pull it up.
There's a couple. There's a couple. Like,
I mean, yes, I have it pulled up right here. Give me a moment.
I think
Ignore the
somebody was
typing.
saying. I was reading somewhere that
I think I might have reposted something on TikTok about it, but it's like, it's a pretty. I don't think it's a good story.
and they never are. They never are.
Well, I mean, there's the religious one, but then there's also like the pagan one.
Oh, I heard about that one, the pagan one, the ritual.
Yeah,
they did it every year.
yeah, it's just like a fertility ritual. Which is fine.
That.
but then the religious people got a hold of it and turned it into something else. That was basically.
Right, it said
yes,
every February, ancient Romans celebrated the Lupercalia festival designed to purify the city, promote wellness and fertility. Like any proper spiritual purging, the ancient world and the festivals called for sacrifice of a goat and or a dog. Two animals celebrating for the strong sexual instinct. Wait, a goat has strong sexual instinct? The dog.
I mean, I feel like all animals do, but yeah.
There's this little rodent that when it reaches a certain age where it can reproduce, all it does is runs around and fucks till it dies.
Oh my god!
It starves to death.
What?
Yeah,
it has one sole
Is that
purpose.
real?
That is
I've
real.
heard that too. I can't remember what animal
What
it is,
is
but
it?
I've heard about it too.
It's like a little rat,
no.
but it's like a little rodent. And when it gets to that age, it's so like wound up that it just runs around fucking like.
Oh my god!
And then it starves to death, basically.
Huh.
Isn't that so romantic?
Wow.
That is crazy.
Oh,
I've never heard that. That's crazy.
I know. I think
That's awesome.
These are like the random things my brain absorbs, like when I'm watching TV on the side.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
There's
my
probably
goodness.
a couple
So,
animals that do it.
Probably. I would imagine it's mostly bugs.
Oh, look, it's called the Antechinus. Antechinus. The very hairy black tide. Yeah, it dies of starvation. That's crazy.
Oh my goodness. But yeah. It's a weird holiday, plain and simple.
The love.
You know what I think about, like, you know, you're gonna talk about the twisted love stories, Bunz, but it also like when you said that, it reminded me of have you guys heard of Ryan Seacrest? He does like
Yeah.
what are those? Ryan's Roses. He does Ryan's Roses.
Oh.
Do you guys know what that is?
No, what is
No.
It's basically like they
like
basically kind of set up to catch like their spouse to see if they're
like cheaters?
like I guess cheating.
boy.
Yeah. So he has one of his coworkers call. It's always the same girl.
Oh, on his radio
He'll call,
show.
like yeah, on his radio show. So it'll be usually it's the girl that's, you know, calling in, of course, like, oh,
Yeah.
I think, you know, something's going on, blah blah blah. So he'll say, okay, you know, do I have permission to call them and have them on the air? And she's, you know, they have to say, yes, I give you permission. And
Yeah.
so they'll call the dude, and he's either like work or at home doing something, and they'll say, oh, hey, you know, I'm blah blah blah. I'm from this and this place. They'll make up like some business, a floral business.
And they want like a bouquet.
And she's like, oh, we're just doing this promo. We're doing this promo.
Oh, that's so good.
When you around this area, so you know it won't cost you anything. We're basically giving out a dozen roses for free, absolutely free, no ties or anything.
That's a good
You can
idea.
send it to whoever you want, send a message, and all that.
And it's never their wives.
And that's where they catch them. Yeah. or like the rare time, like it will be the wife, but they still have to say, like, once he says, okay, I want to send it to my wife, blah blah blah, then Ryan comes in, oh, hey, so and so, you're on the air right now, we have your wife here, blah blah blah, she has some questions for you. He's like, huh?
Yeah.
But most of the time, like, yeah, it's
I think
he comes in and
Yeah.
they have, like, they question him, like, they kind of, it's crazy. It's
I
crazy
think
stuff.
I've heard. I don't know if it was Ryan's or if it was like or Ryan Seacrest or if it was one here, but yeah, I've heard that. And the one I heard was about this guy who was a personal trainer and he was sending it to one of his clients instead of his like wife
Oh.
or girlfriend. And he was like,
Uh-huh.
and so when the wife went on, he tried to spin it and he was like, oh, she's just made a lot of progress. Like, I'm just really proud of her.
Oh
That's
wow.
funny.
Really, buddy.
Yeah, of course they're gonna try to flip it. Of course.
Always. That's what they
War
do.
of the
Sounds like
Roses.
entrapment.
I know, right?
I mean,
It does. It's crazy.
don't be doing.
I mean,
guilty
honestly,
shit.
if your relationship's at a point where you gotta like test it like that, like if it goes
No.
good, it's still gonna be bad, and if it goes bad, it's already been bad. Like,
yeah, because if you find out that he's not, that'd be a red flag for me. I'd just be like, you know what?
exactly, yeah. If somebody like did that to you and like tested you, it'd be like, what?
That'd be a red flag. I'd be
Yeah.
like, why are you tripping, honey?
That is true.
Look
But
at
then
me.
if it-
Nobody
but
wants
again- Like, it's just weird. Like, I don't know. Not a fan of like testing in relationships to see where their loyalties are. If I'm already suspecting it, we got a problem, you know?
Yeah, like why? Yeah, like why test the trust? Like why even break that trust if you're doubting something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
No,
pretty,
and then
pretty messed up.
on air, like thousands of people.
Oh, I know.
But at the same time, why are you cheating on me?
Well, yeah, the ones that are
Yeah.
cheating like deserve it, but I feel bad for the ones that weren't because it already like they just ruined their
Yeah.
relationship, but the other way.
That's true.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
Like
like
it
you
bit
get-
them in the butt.
You get the validation that they weren't doing anything bad, but now you look
But
like
now
the
you
asshole.
ruined it.
Exactly.
Exactly. It's like there's no winning in that. What was the point?
Did you hear what Snacks
So
said?
I felt like I was in the mornings. I would always listen to it in the mornings because I would be dropping off my oldest.
That's like a.
And it was like horrible, right? I'd always feel so bad for these people. But one day it paid off because they won tickets to Disneyland.
Nice.
What the hell? Ryan Seacrest
Yeah, it was
like.
Like, oh man, I live for this morning drama. Boom, I win tickets to Disneyland.
Worth it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Anaheim, here we come.
It's crazy though.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, there's some pretty weird love stories. Like there was this one, and this lady was married to, or I guess it was a boyfriend. It's her, and she broke up with him. Like he wasn't happy about that. Like they were together for like 3 years, and she found out he was already married and a father to like a 3-year-old. So obviously that didn't go well. So she ended the relationship, but he was very angry about that and basically threatened her, all the toxic things if she didn't. And that if he couldn't have her, no one else can, the typical terrible relationship that you probably need to run and hide from. And so what he did is he hired like 3 people to attack her. And they threw like lye in her face. She ended up blind in one eye and almost blind in the other. And he was convicted and spent 14 years in prison.
Shit.
However, when he got out of prison, it gets better. When he got out of prison, he proposed to her and she agreed.
Oh, there you go.
What?
And they got married. And
Hell
remained
yeah.
married
What?
and remained married until she died.
And they live
That's
happily
hella
ever after.
I guess when he was in prison, he kept communicating with her and like telling her how much he loved her and wanted to be with her. And so when he was released,
Was that Stockholm syndrome?
I don't know. He was in jail for 14 years.
No, for her. Like,
Did she not know that it was him? She must have not known that he's the one that like set her up to.
Oh, he went to jail for being guilty.
I believe
right?
she knew. I believe she knew it was him because he got convicted of it all.
Yeah,
so
he got
she had to
convicted.
know.
He was blamed for
Whoa.
doing that to her, and he went to jail for it. She must have known.
She had to have known. And
But
like,
I said
could you-
sorry.
I know, pretty much, right?
What was I thinking?
Wow. What the hell? That's crazy.
Yeah, I told you it was pretty messed up.
Dude, Snack says my great uncle's wife died, and her dying wish was for her to remarry, for him to marry her sister.
Interesting.
That is that sounds like a movie.
Yeah.
But
It
I
does,
hear people
actually.
do similar things like that. Might not necessarily be like a sister, but like the best friend.
If I die, marry my best friend.
Like if you're married to somebody and she passes away, that you would end up marrying her best friend.
I feel like after a certain age, I think I'd be down. Like, it's
I don't think people like, I don't think they're dead and they're like, well, you look good. Like, it's not.
I always had a
I
thing
feel
for
like
you.
I feel like it's more of a, you're grieving this person that you both loved and care about, and so you just automatically end up forming that bond, and eventually it just turns into
after a certain age, it's just companionship, right? Like,
but a sibling, I don't know how
I know
about
people.
that.
I know people that
People
are
in the
still
family.
living where the dude, like our friend, my sister's friend, she was like so in love with her man, her dude.
Yeah.
They have kids and all that. He went and hooked up with her sister, her little sister, and she got pregnant. So now it's ill. Like I could no. It's a lot of weird stuff, but.
What a great.
And she still took him back too. Like she was so obsessed with this dude. It's crazy.
That sounds like a telenovela and a half.
Yeah. Oh no.
I have
That'd be
another
horrible.
one.
Does she get mad if you say the wrong name? Oh fuck.
Oh no.
So this lady married her, husband or whatever. But the messed up thing is, let me see. Hold on, I gotta reread it because it's really weird. It's confusing.
Okay.
So, okay, here she is. She married her sister's. Is it ex-husband or husband? Or was it her husband? Anyway, this dude murdered her sister, and she ended up marrying him.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
So
What?
she
There you
agreed.
go.
She agreed to marry the man who was convicted for her twin sister's murder. She believed that he wouldn't hurt a fly and that he was wrongly convicted. He was in a relationship with the twin, but claimed that the relationship was just casual and he wasn't and he was actually in love with her sister, the one he married the whole time.
Wow.
Unfortunately, he was. Oh, right. So he was convicted for the murder and sentenced to prison for 13 years. So her sister passed away from 2 bullet holes that nobody understands how they got there, I guess.
How do people?
Wow.
People are funny.
So then they married, and let me see how it happened. I didn't see this paragraph. There's a whole ending to it. The family disowned her, I guess. And yeah, and I guess they lived happily ever after. I misread it. I thought she died too, but no, that's pretty.
That's still bizarre. It's not like
it is. Like, could you? Well, I know there wasn't a death in the end, but like, still, it's just like, could you imagine marrying somebody that murdered your twin sister?
Ooh.
Why? Like, why?
No.
Like, even the fact that it was like a maybe.
She's
like
I was trying to get rid of her for so long. Hey, you want to get married?
Yeah, maybe it could have been. It could have been like a weird jealousy thing. She wanted to be like the only one. Maybe.
No, I feel like twins have too strong of a bond.
Agreed.
That's true. I can't imagine like what she felt when she died. Or that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird.
Makes you.
I don't think that's love. That's got to be manipulation. I don't think anybody like. who wants to date anybody that's even convicted, like even on the maybe list of a murder? Like that's an instant.
Mm-mm.
It's an instant. Like even if you're found innocent, I would still be like, yeah, were you though? I would.
And
I don't trust it. There's this other one. This is just gross, and weird.
Favorite.
Yeah, this is gross and weird and definitely creepy. So this doctor, he's a radiologist, and he was obsessed with one of his young tuberculosis patients. So this is like way back when.
Oh.
And she passed away. So he took the corpse home. He took the corpse home, and he slept with the corpse for 7 years before they found out.
What? But what about the decaying?
Oh my god.
What about everything that's ew?
Love is
So
strong.
she was 22 years old. He was 56.
Sloppy.
And he wanted to marry her once she recovered, but before she could respond to his feelings, she died. So I'm guessing he was like fell in love with her when she was comatose.
Oh my gosh.
But he was like worried she would decay if she was buried, so he convinced her family not to bury her, and instead he built like a what's the word?
Like a shrine?
I don't know. There's a big word. My words can't read it. Anyway, he preserved her in formaldehyde, and he visited her every day. Mausoleum. There we go. I figured it out. Mausoleum.
I thought that was.
And so he visited her like. So he visited her every day and would sit for hours to like just talk to her. Eventually, though, he actually removed the corpse and took her home. And he bought preservatives and perfumes to keep her, looking fresh. But the body obviously begins to deteriorate. And so then he stuffed her body with rags to like keep her from collapsing. And he dressed her in like a bridal gown and strung her bones together using piano wire.
How old was he?
Doctor?
He was 56.
56.
He replaced her eyes with glass eyes and used wax and silk for her skin. Anyway,
did he have sexual relationships with the body?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Oh,
and then again, as I was saying, he slept with the body for 7 years before anybody ever found out. But once it was discovered, the statute of limitations for the crime of grave robbery had expired, so he was able to go free.
What?
But her family did bury her in a secret, unknown location so that she wouldn't.
So he doesn't dig her up. My wife, damn it!
It was just. It's so. They have a picture of it, but I don't think you guys want to see that. I'm just gonna leave it. We don't.
Oh my.
We don't need. So yeah, there's some. Happy Valentine's Day.
Damn it! And I can't even get a call back. What the fuck?
No.
We don't resort to grave robbing.
I might. Shit.
No, you will not. Don't even.
Nah, hell no.
Don't even. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so that was a pretty nuts one that I read, and I was like, that is
otherworldly.
Like, what would you? Imagine
just imagine him at work every day, like. I got a secret. Oh,
yeah. No. But I mean, he obviously really loved her.
That's like... No, don't try to make it okay. Oh, that's crazy.
Stop it.
Like, that's true love, though.
Oh, I didn't say it was true love. I said clearly he loved her. He took really good care of her and didn't mind that she like smelled bad and was falling apart. He fixed her.
Oh, dude, imagine the lights going out. I wouldn't be able to sleep.
He's like, oh, your eyeballs fell out. Your eyeballs deteriorated. Let me give you new ones. God, damn. Your bones are falling apart. Let me sew them back together. He was,
like, is it love or is it like despeраcy? Like, I don't understand. Gotta get
It's
into
sad.
somebody's mind.
I don't think I could even pretend to get into somebody's
Learn
mind
how to
like that,
let
to
go,
be honest
homie.
with you.
God damn.
Yeah, that's
Who's a klepto?
That's-
I wonder too, though, like doctors, it makes you really think because doctors work so many hours. Like at some point, I think it kind of gets to them because
So
they probably are alone like a lot of the time because they're just working so
That
much.
would make sense
No,
though, because like they're probably like
they have
desensitized.
nurses.
That
sounds
is
like
true.
that sounds like they have
Live
hookers.
live ones as well, right? Yeah,
Live ones.
that would make more sense. Go hook up with the nurse.
Exactly. Like
Someone
you don't
in the
have
building.
nobody
Oh,
needs
fuck.
to be lonely enough to resort to robbing a grave and keeping them around in their house for 7 years. There's just no way.
Oh,
That would
man.
make sense though, because he's probably like desensitized to like dead bodies and.
Well, he was a radiologist. He didn't work in the pathology.
Oh, you're right. Okay, we're going back to he's weird. Okay, trying to justify it here.
Yeah, he's just a weird little dude. That's what
And
we're
now
gonna
he's
go
all
with.
alone. Fuck.
He's probably running around trying to hunt for her. Like I know she's around somewhere. Couldn't have gone far.
She didn't say no. God damn it.
No. Oh my god. And then the other one we have that I think everybody is probably most familiar with is Ted Bundy and his wife.
Oh god. Tell the story.
Jim.
I don't think I know it.
I mean, you don't know that. Well, you know that Ted Bundy was married while he was doing all the killings.
yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah,
she turned a blind eye, right?
She was. So during the day,
We all have.
he would
hobbies.
help. During the day, he would help in the search for women that had gone missing, but at night he would kill them, right? And so
Wow.
Ted Bundy's the handsome one, right?
I guess so, if you could call it that. But anyway,
They
she
say that
also,
about all of them.
I know.
That's
So
true.
Carol, his wife, worked in the emergency management and found him charming, and they hit it off, and she didn't even know, obviously. So
The man had a buggy. How charming could he be?
but yeah, so she fell in love with him while he was doing all these murders, and he didn't murder her. But yeah, it's just, what did he do?
Whoa.
Let me see. He found a legal loophole that would make it so that they could get married. There was a reason why they couldn't, though. I think they were both in relationships or something. I'm trying to like skim here because we don't need to read over all of it.
Mhm.
Oh, so he was imprisoned in Utah for his crimes. And then in 1978, when he was arrested for kidnapping and murder, he,
What crimes was he arrested for?
in 1978, he was arrested for kidnapping and murdering a 12-year-old girl. And she actually stood as a witness in his trial. But because of all the trials and everything, they couldn't get married. And so he found a loophole so that they could. And so they got married, and he proposed her in court and everything, and they were declared married and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And she visited him, and after 2 years of lockup, she gave birth to their daughter, even though conjugal visits were not allowed in that prison. So who knows how that happened. But yeah,
He
that's
sounds like a sloop.
I wonder if like all he did was
yeah, so the two of them ended up having a daughter while he was actually on death row. My lights will not stop flickering. and it is-
Interesting. Why isn't that in any of the fucking documentaries?
I'm surprised you haven't heard. I
never
knew
heard that.
most of that.
I just knew he was like this guy picking up chicks and killing them. Or am
Yeah, no, I knew
confusing
he
them?
got married like in the middle of like all his killings, but I didn't realize that they had a kid
They're-
while he was
In jail.
locked up. Yeah,
Savage.
it's
I can't even get a
I wonder if,
fucking
like-
good morning text.
Oh,
Did you
I
guys
wonder
ever
if like all he did was change his name, maybe, like to be able
Maybe.
to marry.
I don't even know. It's just weird. It's just Again, it goes back to the whole like, would you want to be with somebody knowing they were even, whether they were wrongly convicted or not? It just doesn't.
That's like, I don't know.
I know they have a Netflix documentary on him.
Yeah, they do.
Might have to rewatch it.
You know what I was thinking about when you were gonna mention before you mentioned his name? I don't know the guy's name, but there's a guy who like he like fuck, how does this start? I know the whole story, but I don't know how to start it. But this guy, he basically kidnapped this girl, right? This underage girl.
Yeah.
He kidnapped her. And then like he convinced the family that it was okay, and then he had sex with the wife. The husband found out, and then he had sex with the husband.
Whoa!
and then he convinced them to let her see the daughter, and then he kidnapped her one more time, and they got married. Question mark.
What?
The story is
Is
fucking.
that kidnap in plain sight or something like that?
I don't know, but it was fucking funny because I thought it was hilarious because the guy was like into the little girl, right? And then and then the parents find out and they're like, no. And then he like charmed the wife into like sleeping with him. And then the husband found out and he charmed the husband into giving him a blowjob or something like that. and then because of that, they couldn't say shit, right? They didn't want to say nothing because he has all this like all this shit on them, right? So they were just letting him sleep over with his daughter. And then one day he just like left with her. And he was like trying to get married with her or something. I don't know. It's a fucking crazy. I thought that's the story she was going to tell because.
Oh my god!
No, I didn't come across that one.
I'm pretty sure there's a documentary on it.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's fucking hilarious. I mean, the whole thing is sad, right? But it's hilarious at the same time.
It's just twisted.
Easy.
Because the husband.
What about the people that like find their husbands or wives in jail? Like, and it starts just writing letters back and forth.
Oh, like a pet pal?
Oh.
Yeah, that happens a lot. There's a lot of stories like that. And even people that actually go out of their way to write and marry people that are on death row. Like, they're never getting out. But yet they still form this relationship and they go and get married and they go have visits knowing
Mm-hmm.
that person's like stuck there.
Yeah.
There's this one story
That has to be like
of
a
this
fetish.
lady. She was like, she was a freelance editor, and she just came across like this dude's mugshot while watching TV, and she saw his picture, and she was just like, "That's
Love
the
at
one."
first sight.
Oh my.
Love at first
And
mugshot.
She said that she saw a hint of vulnerability in his eyes.
Yeah, guilt.
This dude was incarcerated because he would enter homes, murder, and sexually abuse his victims. Then he would rob them and leave behind like pentagrams and symbols that were associated with like devil worship. And
Oh
whatnot.
my.
The love of her life? Doesn't sound like him.
Yeah. And so she reached out to him with a birthday card, like shortly after his arrest, followed by letters before they finally met like a year later. And
Where
after
have
the
you been
third
all my
visit,
life?
after
In
the
jail?
third visit, she decided he was the man of her dreams.
Oh, God.
Oh wow.
And so he proposed to her and she accepted, even though he was like on death row. She had written him 75 letters in 11 years. And throughout their whole relationship, she maintained he was innocent. And so they got married in like October of 96. And in 2013, after being on death row for like 23 years, he died of complications.
He died of
You
guilt.
live-
Is what he died of.
He ended up with like lymphoma or something and passed away at 53. But like
Wow.
Damn it! I
vulnerability in his eyes. It's just like, why?
Oh my.
She's over like, oh, pentagrams. He's so great.
Stars, it's so pretty.
Man. You know what I hate the most about Valentine's Day? Or when I used to be an optician, because I used to work or do this at like Walmart, right? The Vision
Yeah.
Center. So like Valentine's Day or any big holiday like that was important. I'd see people going in like the day of trying to find a card and a gift, and I'm always like, I just always thought like, why? How could you guys wait like so last minute? The day
I
of to
know.
find something sweet that's supposed to be,
Thoughtful.
When
like-
everything's out the day after Christmas, like
that's
there's
my
no
biggest
excuse.
fear.
Like everything's
That's like
out the
my
day
nightmare.
after Christmas. I know.
That's like the scariest part for me. Don't
That's-
ever wait.
Literally been my Valentine's Day since I was like in my past relationship, my
Mhm.
marriage. It was literally like that. It was always like I could tell it was done the day of. And it's like, why?
Yeah.
Like I would plan these dinners. I would make a cake. I would buy a present.
Exactly.
I would make a card or buy a like I had everything. It was a whole thing.
Like with time, right? You put time
and he's
into
just
it.
like, I got this flower at work for you. Like,
He's-
Oh
thanks.
my god.
I almost forgot, but
Yeah.
I did it. How about that?
I'm guilty of going last minute. No, Texas, don't do it.
Like,
Oh,
I mean,
no.
I understand. Like, I don't mind. I prefer, honestly, if I could pick, I would do Valentine's Day the day after because I like discounts. And I'm like, you can get me twice the candy the day after. So let me know the day of that you love me, and we will do stuff the day after when everything's on sale.
Yeah.
Yes.
But even then, I like, and I've stated this multiple times. I would much rather somebody just bring me food than flowers. Like, I love flowers, don't get me wrong, but I love food way more. So
I
bring
love
me a
flowers,
burger, bring me a
too.
pizza, bring me French fries. I don't freaking care. Bring me a milkshake. I'll be happy.
Man.
I'm a simple. So
I know I
now
have a choice, but
I make sure whoever I'm with is aware of those
Mhm.
requests. Like, hey, by the way, for Valentine's Day, or if you ever feel like getting me flowers, get me food. Thanks.
Aw.
I
don't know. Some people
disclose
say like, oh,
I disclose that early in the relationship, like food over flowers always.
people say, oh, like the flowers die, but it's just
It's the
every
thought. It's
girl
not
still wants flowers.
No, the
Yeah.
food goes in my belly. I'm happy.
I bought you a
That is
dozen
true.
double
so true.
cheeseburgers. But that
Double cheeseburgers and French fries and a milkshake. That is like, because when I go out to eat, I don't go out to eat very much. I maybe once every 3 or 4 months. And actually, I just went out to eat the other day. That was the first burger I've had probably in over a year. Like, I
Oh
don't
my-
go
Oh,
out to eat.
wow.
I bet
So
it
if
was
somebody brings
immaculate.
It was delicious. I ate the whole thing, and they were just like, "You hungry?" like,
You know,
I
you
You're
need
still
like,
have to
oh, talk
breathe.
food to me.
like,
That's so
I need to
romantic.
I need to take you out more because you actually eat.
Aw.
No, I'm good. But like, so if somebody brings me a burger, fries, and a milkshake, you literally just brought me everything. And because if I go out to eat, I will buy a burger or I will buy fries or I'll buy a milkshake. I don't ever buy all three at once. That's too expensive. I'm broke, But if you give me all three, then turn on Netflix, I'm a happy camper.
For me, it's like it's the thought. So I don't like procrastination, especially on like important days.
Yeah.
I for me like it hits like the heart when when like there's time and effort put in like in advance or just with time, kind of like a planned out thing. I don't like when things
Too. I would be too. I
man.
don't like it.
It would make
I'm-
me mad for like their
They're-
partners or the
Exactly. I would be pissed too. It's like, it's not. But on the other hand, like flowers die so quickly, so you do have to get them kind of the day of. So
That is true, yeah.
I would kind of hope and give benefit of the doubt that maybe they were just trying to they weren't getting only flowers in a card. Like they had other stuff planned, but they were just getting their last minute things.
Aw. J-Pod, let's go. Thank you guys. If you would please go visit the Insight or the Rolling Thick
You back? There
channel.
you go, Teddy. You disappeared
That's
for a
where
moment.
we can or they can read all the comments and whatnot.
Yeah, I
so
have
yeah,
no idea what happened over here. I'm playing with the mouse. I'm playing with my mouse, and then everything just shut down.
All I saw was like on Streamlabs, everything went weird. I'm like, what did I do? I pushed something. No, you just disappeared, and it screwed everything up. But it's okay.
I'm back. I made my way back.
We're back. We're back.
Welcome back.
Did you guys know about the guy who married his video game character?
Oh yay!
Huh?
Sign me up for that.
Remember, it was back in 2009. This guy from Tokyo, because I think in Japan you can marry pretty much anything.
Oh, there you go.
And so he married his video game character. She's like on a Nintendo DS game. I think it's called Love Plus, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so he married her, and like he loves it because she doesn't talk back or anything, so it's great.
The ideal woman.
But like, if I remember correctly, like at one point they made like a hologram for her and everything, like the whole because the game's really popular, and so he had like a whole hologram that would greet him when he came inside, like came home and stuff. But if I remember correctly, something happened and they like discontinued a lot of stuff. So now she just like I believe he can still like see the hologram, but she doesn't interact like she used to. And if I remember correctly, he's like holding out hope that one day they'll reactivate it or something.
Oh, that's funny.
Whoa.
But yeah. But then that goes into like all these other. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this show.
They
think it's
marry
on
weird
TLC.
things.
Yeah, the ones that like one lady married the Eiffel Tower. One dude like was in love with his car, like
Yeah.
really,
I've seen that
really
one,
in love with
yeah.
his car. I'd forgotten about that until somehow it got resurrected again through like TikTok, and it got in my brain, and I was like, I
think
had
that's when I
forgotten
saw
about
it.
this, and I was like, why is this showing up now? I had forgotten about this. I didn't need this memory.
Okay, now I have to pick an
man.
inanimate object to fall in love with.
Basically. But like these people would explain how they would how they would be intimate with things. Like
Yeah,
this
they would
woman was
explain how
intimate with the
they're in
Eiffel
love with it.
Tower, and I
The
think
Eiffel
she cheated on the Eiffel Tower with a fence.
How dare she?
Oh my god.
That's one of the 7 wonders of the world. How you fucking asshole.
She
I'll
just
pick a divorce.
a random fence on the side of the road. Like
That's fucking funny.
That dude with the car, I
It
remember.
wasn't
I saw
even
that
something
recently.
bigger.
He
It
was
wasn't like the
he even
Dubai
said
building.
like, oh,
Fence.
yeah, I
he's
think
like we're pretty intimate. Like he
Yeah.
put it out there. I'm like, huh? God,
yeah, like
no.
he was like kissing the car and going under the car. He was doing all sorts of things with that.
My God.
Could you
the
imagine being the
Eiffel Tower.
cameraman? Just like
I wouldn't be able to keep my shit together. I'd be laughing so hard.
it's
It's like when they were showing like the random phobias on what show was it on? Was it on Maury? There's like this lady that
Maybe.
was like scared of cotton balls.
cotton balls.
Yeah, like the
Oh.
fucking cotton balls. And they brought out like a jar and she like ran off stage. And
Oh
the camera
my
guy was
gosh.
chasing her. I wouldn't be able to. I'd be laughing so hard.
Huh.
It's
Dude,
weird.
you're in love with your
But
car,
I guess
man?
it does happen though.
You had a shit bucket, dude.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, those are just some weird little things that I came across going, huh.
I guess I'm looking for love in the wrong spaces.
No, I think I think we need to stick to the normal ways.
I don't know.
Don't
The
go looking
Eiffel Tower
through.
sounds pretty cool.
Go for it, Teddy. You have fun. Apparently, they're single again. The Eiffel Tower is. So, shoot your shot. See what
The
happens.
Eiffel Tower's got baggage, dude.
No, you can start flipping through mug shots, I guess, and see what happens.
That's funny.
Start writing some inmates.
No.
But only go after the ones that, look vulnerable.
Of course.
Because they're innocent. The ones with the little twinkle in their eye that says, I'm not guilty, I promise. Ignore the charges.
No, don't read my file, dude.
That's crazy stuff.
Oh my goodness. And then there was the lady that fell in love with a dolphin. Or the dolphin fell in love with her.
Oh no.
Did you guys ever hear about that?
But the one that was humping her?
Probably. The dolphin's name was Peter, and he was like 6 years old. It was a NASA-funded research project that was trying to teach the dolphin to speak through his blowhole. But the research assistant who was working on, this training, she's, supposed to spend like 3 months teaching him English words. But unfortunately, the dolphin was like a maturing adolescent, and he fell in love with her. And I'm guessing it's because she was constantly around him.
Yeah.
And so it interrupted their lessons because he was constantly enthralled with her, I guess is the best way to put it. And so the experiment was ended because it wasn't going anywhere because he was too distracted. And they made him go to another lab, and he ended up dying because he was just so depressed.
So
Like the
low.
dolphin himself committed suicide
There you go.
because they took him away from his person.
Poor dolphin.
So,
Mm.
poor little guy.
You think dolphins are self-aware?
I mean, to some extent.
We can have a whole nother podcast
Yeah.
on dolphins because those fools do drugs. They form gangs
They
and
do.
they do drugs.
They do. They're a really interesting
Huh?
little species.
Yeah, dolphins form gangs and they do drugs like recreationally.
I believe they're also one of the species that have sex just for fun.
Yeah, just for pleasure.
Yeah.
They don't really have sex. They rape.
Well, that too.
Just like
They
sharks.
do that as well.
Oh no.
I was trying to be nice, Teddy. I was trying to
Hey, it's
use
Mother
nice
Nature.
words.
It's not me. Mother Nature, you too.
This is a wholesome podcast.
Wholesome. The fucking this, like the third story in. It's about necrophilia.
Still wholesome.
It was
Still
love.
wholesome.
Love, damn it.
Yes.
You guys know about the Al Capone, the Valentine's Day massacre? You know how Al Capone
Whoa.
What?
is? You know how Al Capone is?
I know. Yeah.
Like an American gangster. And he was there. They murdered him on Valentine's Day. On Chicago, February
Oh,
14th,
really?
I
1929.
thought you had a love story about him.
No, they
I was
just
waiting.
murdered him and everybody that was with him. It was
Oh,
during the
that's
prohibition.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
That is unfortunate.
They were disguised as policemen. Oh no, wait. I'm sorry. That's incorrect. They were disguised as policemen.
Why would they wouldn't be disguised as policemen?
Gang entered the garage at 2122 North. Why would they give the address? That's so it's cause so he was like they were like bootleggers and they went in there dressed
Yeah.
as police, but they weren't police.
Oh.
And they murdered
Yeah.
everybody. And they
Huh.
got away essentially
okay,
because
got it.
Wow.
they got away with it essentially because they were dressed like cops. Nobody knew what was going on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
And yeah, the Saint Valentine's Day massacre. Al Capone.
Oh, I've heard about that. Now that you've said it all, my brain's like, oh, wait a minute. It caught up.
Yes.
Oh,
I think that's the
Really?
first time I heard about that.
Oh really? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
But that happened on Valentine's. So imagine you're out there like just having a leisurely
enjoying your
stroll.
Valentine's Day.
Hear a bunch of
Oh,
automatic weapons
man.
going off.
Eesh.
Oh my goodness. Oh, there's that one about this dude who's like in love with his doll.
Oh, that one's so.
I know. I don't have the story in front of me, obviously.
That's so.
But whoops, I am washing my face out. Sorry, guys. I pushed the wrong button.
Like
But
out
yeah,
of all
he's
the
like-
inanimate objects you could fall in love with, a doll's creepy as fuck.
Well, I don't know if a doll. Well, I mean, it's not that creepy, but the amount of love that they have for it and how real they treat it is what's
Oh.
creepy.
That's true. That too.
You know that they dress them every day and they, bathe them and brush their hair and make them look like they position them on the couch and they sit and have conversations.
They tell them about
And they
their
hold
day.
their hand. Exactly. Like they literally treat it like like they're a real person. Which I know it doesn't hurt anybody, obviously. But it's
I don't know.
just-
I feel pretty hurt right now.
your feelings. Yeah. I
A
just
doll
don't-
getting more action than me? What?
I know.
What's going on?
Come on, I'm funny.
Aw.
But I mean, it's just interesting, I guess.
You know
is
what's
the only
funny?
word I
Like
can say.
the doll's funny because there's like hundreds and millions of other dolls exactly like.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah.
But I feel like I think this one, the dude like actually customizes. Like
What's custom? Custom?
it's a like they're customized. It's customizable. They're customized.
I was gonna help, but that was funnier.
I know you're just sitting there going, "You got it. I believe in you."
Customizable.
You're over there being supportive, like almost there.
Patience. I just want to show you my patience. Yeah.
It's a big word, I know. Oh my goodness.
That's why I
But
just
yeah,
say they customed it.
Yes, customized it. Anyways, back to the point is I believe he ended up with like 3 or 4 of them.
Oh,
One for
gosh.
every occasion.
Yeah. I guess I don't know. It's just
It's funny
there's
because
some
One
some
for every
interesting
room.
people. There's
so you didn't have to
interesting
move
people.
her.
for every room.
I get flavor of the week, I guess. I don't know. One for each week of the month. There's some interesting characters out there. And I
Yeah.
didn't realize there's so many stories that I now will forever know.
Yes,
That maybe
thank
I
you.
wish I didn't. Man, that was my little bit of Valentine's love story fun.
Okay, all right. That's awesome to hear.
The
You
jail
can all
ones are
go to
funny.
bed and maybe not feel so bad if you're lonely. And if you're not lonely, you can be grateful for what you do have, because it could be worse. It could be. I know. Every just wants to be loved and feel loved.
Loving an inanimate object wouldn't work for me because I need like it to be reciprocated.
You need love back.
Yeah.
It's not a one way street. I know, same. It wouldn't work.
Why don't you love me
can't.
back?
Damn you, chair. I sit on you all day and give you love and affection.
I don't even
And
get
you
a
just-
damn hug.
And you just stay there. Not a hello, not how are you.
Don't give me that look.
You don't ask me, come over and sit down. You just stay there.
That's it.
My
I'm buying
chair's falling
another chair. I'm buying one that vibrates. What that?
No.
And it's gonna warm my seat.
Got seat warmers.
Oh my god.
So now, are you guys doing anything for Valentine's Day?
No, I'm gonna be here editing.
I
At work. It
am
lands
going-
on a Wednesday. Wednesday, huh?
it does.
Yeah.
It's on a Wednesday this year, which is cool because that means like they're not gonna get as much money out of it as.
That's not necessarily true.
Yeah, because that's all it is, right? It's just a giant like.
Well, I mean, it is, but people are still going to celebrate it, whether it's on a middle of the weekday or not.
That's true. Yeah, I feel like
I'm sure a lot of people went out. Well, and especially since the Super Bowl was on Sunday, I don't think people went out to eat and go out to dinner on a Sunday before. But they might go the weekend, like this next weekend, to like do stuff.
I feel like if anything, that will be it. Like the restaurants will be busy.
Yeah.
On the
I don't have any I don't have any big super big plans.
I thought I was gonna have plans this year. I guess not.
That's sad.
I'll try next year.
Better luck next year. No, I'm going to. My person's got like a tattoo appointment, so I'll like go hang out with them for a bit, and then go get the kids, and then maybe go back and hang out with them some more, and then just do stuff with the kids at home. And nothing. We already exchanged gifts because I don't like waiting.
Oh my!
I'm like, your present came. There you go. I don't like to wait. I'll probably make some goodies though. I'll make cupcakes or cake or something.
Oh, you bake?
Something fun. Oh yes, all the time. I made apple cinnamon rolls yesterday.
Oh, that sounds so good.
So that was pretty delicious.
You know what I was gonna say? Yeah, that sounds so good. There's an app, besides the whole dating thing, there's like apps specifically just to hook up. I was thinking like they should have one where you can like find people that I don't want to use like you, Teddy, as an example, but just like say like a holiday say like a holiday comes, and hey, like my original date or whoever I'm talking to or whatever the case is, like, it's not gonna I don't have plans, so it turns out like I could just find someone to like just kind of get to know them, talk to for that day, that like there should be something like that, because you can I don't know. I've never looked into those apps, so I don't know anything. But
I plead the fifth.
I don't have a whole lot of app dating experience myself.
I don't even know.
It's just a dating app that's usually for hookups for the most part now. I've never used it. I've never wanted to because it's just got such a stigma attached to it that I've never been interested in it, because I was like, I've only known it to be a hookup app, and I'm not really about that lifestyle.
Yeah, I think like the world we live in now too, it's like even if an app did come about, it wouldn't start out for that, right? But people now, like that's what they turn it into that.
Yeah,
I know, it's so sad. I don't understand this dating culture. Like I don't. Maybe it's just a generational thing, but I don't understand.
It's funny because you can find a lot of stuff online. I know there's a place where you can call and they'll show up to your house and they'll cuddle with you.
I've heard of that.
Yeah. Like there's no like sexual
cuddlers.
Yeah, they just cuddle with you.
You can make some good money doing it.
They'll show up and they'll be the big spoon or the little spoon, depending on how you want it.
That's wow.
Yeah, there's people that will go. You can buy like not buy. Sorry, there's a service where they'll go on a date with you. But
there's like a documentary or something on it.
There's just there is a service where they'll go on a date with you, but there's not going to be anything else.
It's like strictly platonic. It's written in the contract, and the moment you do anything that's like out of bounds, you're gone. Like you leave, and you like get on like a do not.
It's just it's just to have a body present, to conversate.
Oh yeah, it's like people people miss out on physical touch and stuff, and I remember because people like the interviewer asked like who would use this service, and it's people that work a long time, like they just don't have the time for a relationship, but they need that.
Yeah, you need that that human physical,
just that affection, just that feeling loved without non-sexual intimacy, basically.
Yeah, like imagine like you travel a lot for work, and you just want to have dinner with someone, talk about your day. You know, you
Yeah, and they
don't have
just
that.
literally they just want to like lay their head in your lap and talk to you, like
Yeah.
just have somebody to talk to.
Yeah, see, that's what I was talking about, like an app like that where it's just
it's not an app, but there's
Yeah,
those
but
services are
these
out there.
people are paid though.
Yeah, they get paid really
Like,
good sometimes.
Like if I'm gonna do
Oh,
that, I want to be
wow.
paid for it. But I don't think I could do that. I would feel
I would
the
feel
money would
so
be
pathetic.
nice.
Like it'd be nice, like in the beginning, and then like as soon as like I get my serotonin, so I wanted to be like, I'm so pathetic.
No, I'm talking about doing it as a job, Teddy. I'm
as a
not
job.
talking about being a. I'm not talking about being a customer.
I mean, me too. What are you talking about?
But no, I get what you're saying. Like if you're deprived of just that intimacy for so long, it's
Yeah, but it's like
rough.
I'm telling you, it's gonna get to a point where you're like satisfied
Yeah.
with what you received, and then it's gonna sink in. You're like, this is fucking lame.
That's why people have one night stands and they go away. Like,
you go like you get satisfied, you just go back down to rock bottom.
Boo. My friend in the chat said, what's the best way to get a date for Valentine's Day?
Right now,
Look at
I
a
think you're out of
calendar.
time.
Look at a calendar.
I'll get the
you're
date.
out of time. Teddy's like, it's over. Your shot's gone. Plan better next year.
She said,
Then
I
look
don't
at
know.
the
your
date.
date. Just look at the calendar. Oh my
There's your
gosh.
date.
No. I don't know. I think the best way would obviously just be trying dating apps and just seeing if anybody and just going with somebody that is willing to just go and see what happens. You know? What's it gonna hurt?
I'm not lonely, guys. I'm just
No,
playing.
don't do it.
Why
Don't
not?
do it because there's so many bad people and they
Well, that's why you text
lie.
their best friend. You send them a screenshot. Here's the person I'm meeting. Here's their phone number. If I don't hear from you or you don't hear from me,
And then
I'm
they don't
probably
show
dead.
up.
Don't help. I'm
Or
just
they're just
probably
like a
dead.
bunch of weird people.
But you gotta have like you don't go on the dating app and go looking for a Valentine's date. Like you go on there and go, hey, you're cool. I'm cool. We're vibing. Let's go get a coffee. And it just happens to be on Valentine's Day. Then you have a Valentine's date.
I'm gonna be at work.
And then if it's good, you go get say you go to Starbucks or something. Maybe they have little heart-shaped cookies and you could just make it a Valentine's Day date without them knowing it's a Valentine's Day date. Just a little sneaky in.
And then you live
It's not a
happily
bad
ever
idea.
after.
It's not a bad idea.
I mean, I'm not saying
Yeah.
go out and have like this big romantic meal. That's awkward. You need to get out of escape card just in case. But
Well, we talked about this the last time we did this episode. It's
did
like,
we?
yeah, we were talking about like what it means in your during like in different stages of like your what Valentine. Like at the beginning, it's
true.
like this big thing that you have to
Big
make a
to
big
do.
deal, yeah.
That's
and then
true.
Slowly,
And then
it
as
slowly just becomes
you
like,
settle in, you're just like, "Meh."
oh, was that this year? Oh.
That's where it's the
She
day
did make a good
after.
point,
You all
Texas,
go to
she
the store
did.
together and buy all your discounted chocolates. I mean, that's honestly what I've done for the past few Valentine's days. Because I was just like, I'll just go buy my own candy, watch my own shows,
Yeah, it's.
play my video games. I don't need no man.
Oh, who got you chocolate?
I
did.
kind
What do you
of.
mean?
I kind of gave. I guess you could say I kind of like.
It
Sadly
becomes less
gave up
important,
on
right?
like holidays. Yeah, I kind of was
Exactly.
like, just my expectations, maybe I guess, or just like letdowns, I guess. So
Yeah.
many
A little
times
bit of
after so many
everything.
years, I'm just like, okay, it's just like a regular day now, type thing. That's kind
Yeah.
of like how it is now for me. But
That's how I
there's
was
like
too.
I look at people, like I've been married for a really long time,
Yeah.
so I just kind of just like wish it on other people now, like, oh, you guys could do this, you guys could do that, and that's it. Like I don't really,
You have the
I guess.
ideas, but not the execution.
Yeah, yeah, for others.
Yes, you have
others,
the
like-
ideas for others, and the effort's just like, yeah. I mean, I felt that with my first marriage. Like, I gave so much for so long, and I didn't get enough
Mhm.
back in return. It's
Yeah.
not why
Yeah.
there's not a marriage anymore, but
Mhm.
definitely didn't help. So,
Right. Yeah, it happens.
but that's
I
okay. I'm
think
happy now, so it's all good.
that's what matters. That's what
Worth
matters.
it.
Yeah, that's
I actually filed for divorce
So
on Valentine's
bye.
Day. Did you know that?
no way.
I did. I talked to a lawyer on
On
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
That was the
Hell
only
yeah.
date she had available. Like the office lady was like, "I can get you in on the 14th," and I'm like, "Yes."
Weirdly enough, there's no appointments on that
Damn.
day.
and then like it clicked why she was even saying anything. Like that's how dead the holiday was to me. I'm like, oh, that's ironic.
Wow.
The 14th? Yeah, nothing happens on the 14th.
And that was like 3 years ago. I'm still not finalized yet, but that's not the point.
Like that's
Oh my
that,
gosh.
crazy.
That's
Okay, I'm outta
irrelevant.
here. Good night, Texas. Thank you for stopping by. And thanks for stopping by the Rolling Thicks channel as well. That was awesome of you.
Okay,
Man.
we'll close the episode here. Where are we at? Like an hour and a half almost?
I think so. Yeah, something like that. Hour 25.
Yeah, we'll just
We had
we'll
some
just close it
crazy, funny, scary
here. We had a little bit of everything.
stories.
We
about
went all
Valentine's Day.
over the place with that one. It was good. It was perfect.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Rolling Thick. You guys make sure to go over and follow Mikey here on her Twitch. She's at twitch.tv/MXIXKXEX8D. Make sure you guys follow her. She's cool.
Oh, that was awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
I
I appreciate you coming on. Had a lot of fun.
Thank you guys.
If you guys
Yeah,
are
I
watching
know,
this
it was
live,
great.
Me.
we have the audios over on Spotify, Amazon Music, Samsung Podcasts. We're on Poddax Index. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. We're on Audible. We're on Amazon Music. We're also on YouTube and iHeartRadio and Pandora.
Did
Hell
we all?
yeah. Awesome.
What am I
I
missing?
think we did. I don't know. I think you got it all. I wasn't
Wow.
reading it that time.
Make sure to follow us on TikTok. We're over at the Rolling Thick. Make sure you follow us.
Oh, I gotta make sure.
On
I think I
Twitch.
have you, but let me make sure, just in case.
Yeah, and if you guys have any comments, concerns, suggestions, or stories, make sure to email us at the Rolling Thick Podcast at Gmail. And if nobody
Yes.
loves you, we love you.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Bye.
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Okay.
Go out there and get laid, guys.
I do follow you guys.
Are you